my friends, this is Alex from the Zen Institute. And today I want to talk about something very interesting and a situation that is happening. And that's what I call true slavery. Around a year ago, I read in the news that some girls, group of friends in Switzerland, they were staying in an Airbnb. And one of the women, she saw something in the bathroom that it was strange, so she began moving things around and she found a camera in the bathroom. Very disturbing. A few months ago, I saw another news in a hotel in China. A couple was staying there and they were recorded. There were cameras in the hotel room. Then recently I was watching an interview on CNN that a woman in an Airbnb, when she left, she took a phone charger from the wall, thinking it was hers. But then the owner began to call her, bring that back, that is mine. But she noticed that the owner of the Airbnb was very persistent about that. And she said, this is strange, just a phone charger. Then she began to examine the phone charger, and there was a camera inside. So CNN did kind of research, and it's an issue. It's a problem. The owners of these places putting cameras, something that is growing. And I want to explore that from the Zen tradition analysis, right? Because it's a problem and that we need to address. Well, being practical, because I use Airbnb. I was in Cyprus 3 weeks ago and I was in an Airbnb for 10 days. I am giving a talk in Monterey, California in 2 weeks. The same, I will stay in an Airbnb, right? Something practical you can buy online. There are special devices that can track cameras that are hidden, because what the CNN interview was mentioning that due to technology, the cameras are really small and it's very difficult to see them. They did it themselves. They put some cameras on the fire alarms, very small cameras. And so things that is difficult to reach, right? To check if there's something there with the fire alarms. And they said, yeah, it's a problem because of the technology. So I want to read a quote from The Science of Freedom, Zen Essence, which is Zen means to be free, right? Free from the prison of the mind. What I said mind, the small mind with lower M, right? So I like this quote. It says here, confusion. Due to confusion, people mistake things for themselves. Consciousness flares up, and they get into vicious cycles that cloud perception and enshroud them in ignorance. The vicious cycles go on, and people cannot be free. So the problem here is that people are becoming a slave to the senses. We have a reason to have the senses because they are the filter for the nervous system. But the problem that we have is that they can control us. Because you need to ask the following question. Why people are recording other people? Especially in an intimate relationship. On the CNN interview, the reporter interviewed a man that him and his wife were recorded while having an intimate relationship. And he said, that is sacred. Why people are doing that? Because, as you know, there's what is called the dark web. And what is happening, they are uploading the images there. And they are selling them. So imagine if you have children that are taking a shower, somebody is recording them, and they are uploading the images on the dark web. Why humans are doing that? When you understand the subconscious, you will find an answer. Obviously, you need to take practical steps I mentioned with this device that can track cameras, but there are certain images that change the chemistry of the human body instantly. In repetition creates an addiction. And that's the issue. People have an addiction to see images, especially a naked person, male or female. What is behind that? The more you understand, the more you will be able to find a solution. I am not going there. I do not need that. That is the reason we have the science of meditation, science of freedom, that you feel that wholeness inside. So you do not need to look outside for temptations. You don't need it. And it's important, I gave 2 years ago at the University of Science and Philosophy, founded by Walter and Lau Russell, towards an enlightened society. Because why humans are doing that, which is growing, people putting cameras. What excites them, especially is growing with AI, people are getting all entangled with AI images that are seductive. But it's important to understand that because as this quote from the Zen master says, it's a vicious cycle that's going on forever. And that's a prison of the senses. We are here to become master of the senses, not to become a slave of the senses. The reason we have so many problems is because people are a slave of the senses. You need to become the master of your destiny. And knowing how the mind works is going to help you to navigate this life in the most efficient way. I'm giving a talk soon on sacred geometry, precisely because one of the principles of sacred geometry is the mind works through images. We process information through images. It's very important to understand. It's critical to solve this issue. Maybe some of you that are listening to this podcast, this video that are watching, they are doing that. They are putting cameras. Understand that. What is behind that? Ask yourself, what do you want? Are you getting a temporary pleasure seeing other people? That is the reason in the great science of alchemy we have what is called the nectar. That nectar is precious. And where all serious students that want to be free go after that because they know those are real toys that you do not need. And that gives you the strength. I do not need that. Because we all can agree that it's not right. It's an invasion of privacy. But what is it? What excites human beings being other human beings doing something? How we can solve this problem? Because it's a problem. And that's what we have the Zen teachings. One definition of the word Zen can be a genuine human being. What is a genuine human being? That you become whole. We are whole already, but we forgot. There is nothing to add. This is the journey of remembrance. It's called the path of reversal. We forgot. We are so conditioned since childhood. All these journeys going back to who we are. That we are complete, that we are perfect, that we do not need external objects to complete us. And that's the essence of the Zen tradition, or any genuine tradition. It teaches you that. You do not need to depend on anybody. You do not give your power away to your senses, because that's what these people are doing. They are giving their power away to external objects. We are complete, in essence. That's one reason I love to work with children. They're a real example of that. They're happy, they are complete, they are not so conditioned. But they are children, right? We need to be aware of that. But that for me is a reminder of that essence that we need to go back. That is there. It's always there no matter what. I saw that when I was teaching at the prison. All these inmates, no matter what they did, when there is true repentance, true penitence, they are able to remember that, because always there no matter what. So this is just part of service that people become aware of this problem with people putting cameras in Airbnbs, in hotels. While they are doing that, you need to take the precautions. You have family, children, especially if you have children. Just get this device, check. And also understand that, where is this coming from? And what can we do as a society? It's like Walter Russell said, mediocrity comes from inside. So we have the ability to reverse this mediocrity. And technology is great, I love technology, but we need to be very aware of how it can control human beings. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much.